So I'm going to take you through a very strong pitch deck. This deck raised 2.5 million at pre-seed for a company called Method. And first thing you do not waste your front cover. Use your front cover to start with a very crisp positioning or purpose so that when I look at this, I'm intrigued and I understand. I have a sense of what an embedded debt repayment API is going to be. And that's 4 words on that page. The next thing is, now that you've got their attention, you've got to give them the problem, and the problem has to be really easy to comprehend. When I read 99% of Americans make debt repayments using archaic methods, I totally get it. And the use of the word archaic makes me feel the burden of this debt repayment system. The next thing you got to do is spell out the situation in the simplest terms possible and have the visuals support your message. And what I really love about this is while they're spelling out the current situation, they take a stab at the incumbents and they do a very clever positioning thing here, and they reposition the incumbents as costly and unsecure, okay, in describing the situation. Notice there's no jargon here. Then you've got to give the aha moment. State very clearly your insight or unique perspective. And again, use very few words. So Method gives you the aha moment by saying it's a holistic financial management is taking off and debt repayment rails do not exist. So whereas bank transfers and payment rails exist, debt repayment rails do not exist. So very simple, not difficult to comprehend. And then when they spell out their solution, they do something that I really like, which is to show, don't tell, is to show a journey that is very simple and straightforward, again, without jargon. They outline what their solutions are, again, in very simple terms, what products they're able to deliver. And then they start to wrap up by describing the size of the market. Now, this is what I would call a napkin calculation. So at 65 cents per transaction, and there are $10 billion per year, they're calculating that the opportunity is 6.5 billion, right? Now, this is not going to work at every stage for every company, but at an early stage startup and as a Y Combinator grad, they're able to get away with this type of calculation. Your mileage may vary, so you've got to understand who you're pitching to and what your capabilities are to sell the idea. Next, you've got to ask for something, and your ask, again, state clearly how much you need and what you're going to use the money for. You do not, in the pitch deck, need to go into details. This will come later. You will be asked for this in due diligence. But give the investor a very clear, simple to understand breakdown of where you intend to invest. By looking at most of these charts, an experienced investor will already understand whether you're being realistic or whether you're completely off the charts. Finally, you can do it here or you can do it up front. Talk about your team, any experience they may have. These 2 guys, young guys, not a lot of experience, but they did graduate from Y Combinator, so they've got that in there. They talk about any previous experience they have and educational experience. Finally, on your closing slide, you just have to remember to put your contact details in there, because good decks get printed out and passed around. And you may think that you included your details in the email, but that email doesn't come attached to the deck sometimes. So you might lose opportunities because someone's printed out this deck and can't find how to contact you. Was that reaction video useful to you? If you're following along on YouTube, hit the like, subscribe, and bell icon to get alerted when we upload more pitch reviews. Even better, share it with a founder. Spread the love. If you're watching on our website, subscribe to our email newsletter for updates. I'm Jonathan. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. See you in the next one.